Hello students, welcome back to the geography classes. So today our topic is the types of migration. So there are different types of migration, as I have told you earlier also. What is migration? Migration is the movement of the people from one place to another, from their hometown to another. And the main purpose of migration is to settle down. Now when we talk about the types of migration, so there are two types of migration. One is immigration, other is emigration. Okay, these two terms I have explained you earlier also. So immigration means moving in a country, and emigration means moving out of a country. Okay, immigration is moving in, emigration is moving out. Okay, moving in and moving out. For example, if you are leaving from India, it will be known as emigration, and when you will enter in like for example America, then it will be known as immigration. So you emigrated from India and you immigrated in America. Okay, this is the difference between immigration and emigration. So one type of movement is immigration, when you enter into a new country and leaving your own country, and emigration means to moving out of your present country. Now the next type of migration is domestic or international migration. This immigration and emigration, these two terms are for, you can say, like when you migrate from one country to another country. But there is one, this is known as international migration, and other type of migration is domestic or internal migration. Internal means within the country, domestic migration. Now domestic migration are of different types. For example, the one type is rural urban migration. That means when you move from a rural area to an urban area, that is rural urban migration. Rural means villages, urban means cities. So when from a village you settle down in a city, or you migrate to a city, that is known as rural urban migration. Okay, for example, if from Najibabad you are from any other village, if you move to Delhi or Bombay or any other city, that will be known as rural urban migration. That means you are leaving your village and shifting to a city. Next type of migration is urban migration. This happens when you migrate from one city to another city. For example, if you are settled down in Delhi, but you got a better employment opportunity in Bombay, so you shift there. So Delhi is a city, Bombay is another city, so it will be known as urban migration, urban to urban migration. That means leaving one city and settling down in another city. Okay, so rural to urban, urban to urban. And these two types of migration are very common in all the countries. Okay, from rural to urban, when you leave your village and settle down in a city. Urban to urban, when you leave one city and settle down in other city. And international or external migration, again as I have told you about immigration and emigration, when you leave your country and settle down in other country. When you leave your country and settle down in other country, that is known as international or external migration. Okay, so in immigration, emigration, these two are types of international or external migration. So these are the types of migration in which people move to leave one part and of the world and settle down in other part of the world, and that settlement could be like they must be moving permanently, and they may move for a short period of time, like for 10 years or 20 years, and then they come back to their home city or hometown. Now next is impact of migration. So migration has both positive and negative impact. So if we will categorize it into advantages and disadvantages. So now let us see what happens. Now impact of migration will be different in both the countries. Both the countries means you have the home country and then you settle down in your destination country. So the impact of migration will be different in both the countries. So first of all, we will see the impact of migration in the destination country. Now the first advantage of the you can say migration in destination country is cheap labor. When a large number of people migrate to a country, then it gets large number of people who can be used as labor, and then these immigrants, they have to do the same work but at a low wage or low salary. So the destination country get cheap labor. Second, some of the people who have migrated, they are very skilled, they are very expert, they are very talented. So the destination country utilizes their talent, their skills and their expertise at low wages or at good wages also. So they take the advantage of the expertise, the talent, the skills that these migrants have brought with them. Then third is cultural diversity. When people migrate from one place to other, one country to another, they bring with them new culture, new values, new ideas, new customs, which are absorbed in the destination country. So there is the country enjoys cultural diversity. Now when we look at the disadvantages, then the first thing is the job loss. Those people who are already the local residents of the country, they often lose jobs because other people who are coming from other countries, the migrants, they are doing the same work at low wages. So the people give them more jobs. So that's why the local people, they sometimes have to experience a job loss. Second is discrimination and racism. So what happened that immigrants who are moving from one country to another, sometimes they have to face a discrimination and racism. We have seen recently in America that has happened, the revolution that was going on, the revolt that was going on against American government. So that for the lives of the black matter. So this is known as racism. Racism means when the people, they discriminate on the basis of race, on the basis of the color of the skin, that is known as racism. So sometimes migrants, they have to face racism and discrimination. Then is social pressure. Now what happens then when the people, they move to a new country, they have to they have to face higher prices of health facilities, education facilities, and you can say housing also. So because of that, they have to face a lot of hardships. Then breakdown of culture and tradition, because they are leaving their own country and coming and settle down in the new country. So they have to sometimes there is a disturbance in their own culture, in their own tradition, because it is affected by the country in which they have migrated and settled down now. And similarly, diseases also, as the large number of people, they migrate from one place to another, they even carry forward some diseases with them. For example, tuberculosis and many other contagious diseases which are spread by these migrants in their destination countries. So these are the types of migration, advantages and disadvantages of migration in the destination countries. Now in the next video, I'll explain you about the advantages and disadvantages of migration to the home country. Till then, goodbye, take care.